Hey everybody, it's your girl Priscilla A with the podcast Married to My Soap Opera and this week's recap of General Hospital. So let's start with Monday, October the 11th. Nicholas goes to see Alexis, but we know he really just wants to talk to Alexis to find out if she agrees that he's done the right thing by kicking out his one and only son and heir and by disinheriting him. Sean meets up with Jax to get clues about Hayden's disappearance and is surprised to learn that Hayden left town because of Nicholas. Now, I thought Sean knew this, but I guess he didn't. Carly has a heart-to-heart with Britt, and she actually tells Britt the truth about her and Jason's engagement and their feelings for one another on the night of their wedding. But she does this because she wants Britt to give Jason a second chance now that Sonny's home, and she wants things to go back to the way they were so that Britt and Jason can be together. Sasha and Nina have an intimate moment, and instead of Sasha condemning Nina, she actually has compassion for Nina in the situation that she's in, which Nina really appreciates. Now, on the other hand, with the young adults, Cam is totally falling for Esme's "we're so sorry, forgive us" routine. But Jocelyn is just like her mama, and she is seeing right through her. Sonny and Brando have a really great bonding moment, and Sonny, out of loyalty and appreciation for Brando, actually offers Brando a job in a business, which Brando turns down because he and Sasha have decided to raise their baby outside of the mob. And so he and Sonny talk about fatherhood and what a great father Sonny is. So Spencer and Trina actually have a really passionate conversation where Spencer is trying to beg and plead Trina to forgive him, but she's not having it. Now, Spencer seems really sincere in wanting Trina to forgive him, but she's afraid to trust him again after everything that has happened between the two of them, and she walks out, leaving him to have a confrontation with Ava. And Ava is Ava. She resorts to her typical behavior of threatening Spencer and, warning him never to mess with her or her daughter again. But you can't really blame her after what Spencer's done, and Spencer doesn't seem to be the slightest bit remorseful about what he put Ava, his dad and Avery through. So Ava actually calls the police and has them come to Windermere, and Spencer is taken away. The Cassadine heir is taken away in handcuffs. Wow. So the episode ends with Sonny and Jax about to have a heart-to-heart or face-to-face, however you want to see it. Very interesting. We are waiting to see how that goes. So that's it for Monday's episode of General Hospital on October the 11th. Okay, so Tuesday's episode starts with Sean having a visit with Alexis as Nicholas leaves, and he's actually kind of mean-mugging Nicholas. So I think Nicholas knows he has something to be worried about when it comes to Sean. Phil is visiting with Nina, and a continuation of Sonny and Jax's confrontation. But I gotta admit, I think this was one of the most pleasant conversations that Jax and Sonny have ever had. Sonny actually thanks Jax for finding him and basically tells him that he owes him. And you guys know it's a great thing to have Sonny Corinthos in your corner and willing to do a favor for you. So Jax is in a pretty good position. Now, Jax actually does ask Sonny to forgive Nina and is begging and pleading on her behalf like he always is, and asking Sonny to just let it go. But surely Jax knows that Sonny is the least of Nina's problems. We all know Carly is who she has to worry about, who's actually in the midst of planning to destroy Nina. Jason is actually with Carly, trying to talk her out of doing just that, trying to convince her to take the high road and not to get revenge against Nina. I don't really kind of know if I agree with Jason on this one. Now, on the other hand, Carly tells Jason that they have to tell Sonny the truth about their feelings the night of their wedding. But she's absolutely terrified about how Sonny will react. So, guess who goes to see Nina and walks in on her and Phyllis talking? And that's the end of the recap for Tuesday, October the 12th. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, I can help you no matter what city and state you're in. So please call me first, 318-605-1120. Okay, so Wednesday's episode, Carly and Olivia have a talk about renewing Crimson's lease. And Carly actually is saying that she's going to renew the lease and not give Nina any problems, which Olivia is having a hard time believing because y'all know Olivia is a feisty one too. And she knows Carly. And she's really kind of egging Carly on to really take the next shot at Nina and get revenge. Sonny and Nina are having an interesting conversation. Sonny basically tells her that the best thing for her would be for her to leave town, to just leave Port Charles. But of course, we know Nina is not doing that. So Sonny tells her to stay away from him and stay away from his family. And the scene kind of takes a turn when she gives Sonny his father's watch back that he threw away, thinking that he'd never see it again. So it kind of turns into a somewhat kind of intimate moment. We'll see where that goes. Austin is attempting to have a conversation with Jason that is actually so funny, you guys. Jason is doing the stone cold thing like he normally does, and the conversation pretty much goes nowhere. Scott surprises Ava by telling her that Nina knew the whole time that Sonny was alive and going by the name of Mike. And of course, when Ava hears the name Mike, she puts two and two together and realizes that Mike is Nina's love interest and the guy that she was so infatuated with. So she rushes to Carly's office under the guise of wanting to try to talk to Carly about rearranging her visitation and custody of Avery without Sonny. And we know she's really just trying to find out what Carly knows. So after she realizes that Carly has no idea about Sonny and Nina, guess where she goes next? Yeah, she heads right over to Nina's office. Messy, Ava. Sean tells Alexis his theory about Nicholas being involved with Hayden's disappearance. And though Alexis is disheartened to think that Nicholas could be involved in it, she supports Sean's decision to continue the investigation and see where this goes, because ultimately she doesn't want to hold him back from getting justice. So quite a few things going on in Port Charles on Wednesday's episode. But that wraps up Wednesday's happenings in Port Charles, and let's move on to Thursday. Check out my full feature film Reunited, available on Amazon, Vudu, Pluto, and my website papvisions.com/reunited. Okay, so y'all, Thursday's episode was really, really good. So Spencer is in jail. Esme rushes down to the police station acting like she's so concerned about Spencer, but ultimately she's really worried that he may have given her up too. Trina and Cam find out that he's in jail and they rush down there to support their friend. Sonny confronts Jason about what he walked in on the night of Jason and Carly's wedding. And you guys, this is a conversation that you don't want to miss. He actually asked Jason point blank what would have happened if he had not walked in. And Jason actually answered and told him and Carly would have slept together. Can you believe it? I was like, wow, okay. Woo, so yeah, that was a good one. Ava tries to talk Nina into the idea that Sonny might actually leave Carly for her. I guess Ava is hoping that if Nina and Sonny get together, then she'll have more access to Avery, and she'll be able to spend more time with her through her friendship with Nina. But honestly, I think Ava is a little bit delusional, and Nina would be a fool to go along with that delusion and think that Sonny's gonna leave Carly for her. I don't think so. Austin confronts Brooklyn about her using Britt to actually try to get his medical license revoked, and to try to get him in trouble regarding his true, sincere concern for Leo. Brooklyn does what Quartermaines do. Brooklyn already has a contract drawn up that she offers to give to Austin for him to sign, saying that he will relinquish any potential hold or claim he might have to the Quartermaine shares, and once he does that, she will just drop her accusation and her claim, and he can continue to be a doctor. Austin, you guys, Austin is dead set on doing what he feels like is right by his father, and he tells Brooklyn no deal. So that's it for Thursday's episode. Lots of fireworks. So let's get ready to move on to Friday, which is always the big day.
Hi, this is the Blues King, Arthur Cease, and I'd like to invite you to tune in each and every Sunday night from 7:30 p.m. until 10:30 p.m. for Blues You Can Use on khamradio.com.
Okay, y'all, we are at Friday's episode. And you know, Friday's the day, so we had quite a few things going on Friday. Ava goes down to the jail and actually tries to manipulate Spencer into being remorseful by offering to influence Nicholas to post his bail and to support him while he's going through dealing with these charges. And at first I'm kind of like, Ava, really? Why would you try to do that to the kid, knowing that he's already got daddy issues? But then we find out what Ava wants in return, because Ava always wants something in return. But what she actually wants is for Spencer to just simply call a truce and to accept her marriage to his father and to have a cordial relationship on his dad's behalf. So I'm kind of like, okay, Ava, I can get behind that. But Spencer is not even remotely interested in taking her truce. Instead, he decides to continue to move on when the police officer comes to take him down to his holding cell. Even Esme shows up and tells him to just take Ava's deal, regardless of how he truly feels about it. And she begs him to just let her call Ava to accept it. But Spencer's like, no way. Meanwhile, Nicholas cannot reach his mom, so he ends up talking to Kevin about the whole situation with Spencer. Esme walks in, and during the conversation, she lays it on pretty thick, just shooting a lot of game at Nicholas. And Nicholas is actually starting to fall for it. But luckily, Kevin is there, and Kevin can see right through her. And that's exactly what he tells Nicholas. Scott is so concerned about Liesl, y'all. It's actually really adorable. But he is so concerned about Liesl that he harasses Britt to ask Jason for help, which of course Britt doesn't want to do because of her pride. Jason has offered to help her find her mother multiple times, and she's always shut the door in his face. But Britt actually does find a way to swallow her pride, put it aside, and calls Jason asking him for help. And of course, Jason comes right over. Liesl is brought to Drew's cell to actually clean out his gun wound and to kind of patch him up. And while she's there, she and Drew talk, and they come to realize that Drew's programming and mind control is actually still in place. And on top of it, Peter is the one controlling him, to Drew's horror. Victor, in the meantime, realizes Victor, in the meantime, realizes exactly what Peter has done once he hears about the shooting with Anna and Scorpio. And he actually goes to the compound and confronts Peter and has his guards to attempt to take Peter down. Now, Robert Scorpio has actually questioned the guy from the tavern that Anna was roughing up about Valentine's disappearance. And he's saying like a canary all. He told them everything. He told them about the location of the compound. He told them about Victor Cassadine and that Victor is working with Peter. So y'all, Sam, Dante, Scorpio, and Devane, they're in for a bumpy ride dealing with Cassadine and Faison. But we are so looking forward to it. That's it for Friday's episode. So I hope you have enjoyed this recap of General Hospital for Monday, October the 11th through Friday, October the 15th. And we'll be watching on Monday.